Donald Trump's sudden 50% tariffs on Indian goods have jolted decades of diplomacy. While talks continue, New Delhi is quietly loading its arsenal of economic, strategic, and geopolitical options. If America wants to squeeze, India is ready to press back hard. New Delhi is faced with a stark choice: bend to Washington's will or retaliate hard with powerful measures of its own. Let's explore how India holds a strong hand with 5 potential moves that could inflict serious pain on the US economy and its geopolitical ambitions. First, the defense juggernaut grinds to a halt. India can freeze multi-billion-dollar US military contracts, from advanced fighter jets to cutting-edge drones. Boeing, Lockheed Martin would watch their Indian big-ticket purchases vanish. Second, America's pharmaceutical lifeline gets severed. India supplies nearly 40% of America's generic drugs, the medications keeping millions of Americans alive and healthy. A strategic export halt would actually trigger nationwide medicine shortages, sending healthcare costs spiraling. It would hurt Indian exports, but it could look for alternative markets, as Indian pharma is in a high demand around the world. Third, India stands to reduce its import of US crude oil and rough diamonds, two vital commodities, while Trump is pointing out India's oil imports from Russia as a reason for the additional 25% tariffs. The fact of the matter is that crude oil imports from the US increased by 30% in financial year 2024 to 25, and India also imports $2.5 billion worth of rough diamonds from the United States. And if India decides to stop the imports of these two commodities, it would hurt the American economy. New Delhi can source these from alternative markets. Fourth, the nightmare scenario unfolds. China, Russia, India forging an economic trinity. This access of economic power could bypass dollar-denominated trade entirely, in a way, accelerating America's currency decline while creating alternative financial systems that could sideline Western institutions. Things are moving thick and fast. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, spoke to the Russian president just a short while back. And this comes a day, remember, after India's national security advisor was warmly welcomed by President Putin at the Kremlin. President Putin would also be visiting India later this month. That's not all. New Delhi has announced that Prime Minister Modi would be visiting China for the SCO summit. And Beijing issued a statement saying that he is warmly welcomed. Now, along with South Africa and Brazil, India is the founding member of the BRICS alliance. The Brazilian president also held a long conversation with the Indian Prime Minister. Fifth, the Quad alliance could crumble into irrelevance. India is scheduled to host the Quad summit this year. India giving a cold shoulder to the Quad would be a blow to the strategic centerpiece of US policy. US tech mogul Sam Altman warning that India will overtake America in the field of AI, the artificial intelligence market. A sample of not only India's recognition as the world's fastest growing economy, India is and will remain one of the biggest markets.